We'll give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to our apostles / elders, which have GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching during truth and sincerity. Salaki, I thought I had it set up good. Well, let me set it up. So I have it set up just right. You know, set up just right. See how it works. Like this right here. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Alright, I named this subject Esau cannot keep his covenant. You know, being the fact, I'm going to a quick scripture, quick article, and a breakdown of this article. You know, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna actually read it because it's not a long one, and it's coming from presstv.com, right? Now I want to read this article first. It says U.S. violating spirit letter of Iran nuclear deal, Russia. So when I seen that title, I'm like, spirit letter, and it drew me to look it up. Okay. So Salakia, I can see here. Alright, so once you go into the aspect of the term spirit, the spirit of the law, the spirit letter of the law. So there's a term called that spirit and letter of the law. So I went to Wikipedia to check it out. And the definition, and I quote, it says the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law is a idiomatic antithesis antithesis when one obeys the letter of the law but not the spirit. So one is obeying the literal interpretation of the words, the letter of the law, but not necessarily the intent of those words who wrote the law. And Esau is renowned for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Where he, you know, like giving an example of when they shoot down Jake, it'd be like, all you should have done is not resist the arrest. But then you'll see a Edomite, you know, clearly resisting the arrest, and they'll take him down properly. You know what I'm saying? But do you know what their intent was? To shoot a nigga down. You know, so they used the letter of the law instead of the intent of the law. You know what I'm saying? Don't resist arrest, and we don't have to use force. But a force could have been taser, you know, a sweep or a beanbag shot and all. But they use automatically to the gun, and they justify through the letter of their law rather than the intent of their law or the spirit of their law. All right, because he break his covenant. Because I'm gonna read this article. It can't help but to get into the scripture. No scripture I'm alluding to, but let's finish this up in press. All right, and you're gonna see how they rock. It says Russia, which is, they're stirring up, the Most High is putting hooks into Russia's jaws. The Persian, not Salakia, Gog and Magog. The Most High is putting hooks into the jaws with actions like this, because it may seem economic, but economic tribulations cause war. When you start playing with this person's money, or this person's interests, or you playing with this person's people, or that person's people, that causes war. All right. So Russia has once again sided with Iran in an ongoing standoff with the United States over the fate of the country's nuclear deal. All right, a senior Russian diplomat has censored the U.S. objection to the agreement, saying Washington is violating both the spirit and the letter of the multilateral accord, while Tehran has remained fully compliant, right? Because they want Iran to break down their nuclear system and not use it in this way, and not, you know what I'm saying, not get that full ability, and they say using it for clean energy, but that clean energy can still be used for nuclear missiles, so they're like, you know, don't do this. And so U.S. and Iran, and really the world, came to a deal. And what happened was Iran started buying a bunch of ballistic missiles. And so they was like, well, we're gonna put more sanctions on. We're gonna put more sanctions on the U.S. I mean on Iran, because we're gonna put more sanctions on Iran because they're buying ballistic missiles. So they broke their covenant, all right? Because they buying weapons, and technically that's still, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Esau does. But I don't want to spoil it too much. It's just funny as hell, man. It says the Islamic Republic of Iran has committed to its obligation under the JCPOA Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action fully in a most responsible manner so far, and hopefully in the future. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov told reporters on Tuesday. By contrast, the U.S. administration has violated not only the spirit but also the letter. Not only they violated the idiomatic part, but they violated the literal matter part. You know what I'm saying? It's like they violated both the fucking the illiteral and literal. You know what I'm saying? The thesis and the fact. You know, like what it meant to be and what it was said. They both violated both sides. Okay, says fully and in the most. Salakia says, by contrast, the U.S. administration has violated not only the spirit but also the letter of the JCPOA. Ryabkov added, slamming U.S. President Donald Trump for refusing to certify Iran's compliance with the agreement, because they did what they're supposed to do. While Trump did not pull Washington out of the nuclear deal, they didn't pull him out of the nuclear deal, right? He tried to be a roundabout, sneaky ass way. He gave Congress 60 days to decide whether to reimpose economic sanctions against Tehran that have been lifted under the pact. Reimposing the sanctions would put the U.S. at odds with the signatories to the accord and to the European Union. So if they pull out, it's like the rest of the European Union is with it. And when they pull out, it's making them saying, wait, we can't, you know what I'm saying? We already signed. You can't start beefing with them again. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's why everybody gonna turn these missiles against America, because America is just problematic, man. Okay? It says the U.S. president insists that the nuclear deal should be renegotiated, or else it may face the prospect of total collapse. And we know they've been going over this deal for years, man. Years, and they finally came to one, and the U.S. reneged off some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It says this is while all other signatories, including Britain, France, Germany, Russia, and China, have stressed their full commitment to the JCPOA. Iran has vehemently rejected the possibility of renegotiation. All right? Warning that any hostile action against the JCPOA will jeopardize regional and global peace and security. Right? America has an agenda, man. They want this World War III. They want it, or really they just want complete dominance through the United Nations, man. Through the European Union in itself. Okay? It says the EU foreign minister also urged U.S. lawmakers on Monday not to reimpose sanctions on Tehran and warned against the serious consequences for foreign peace of a failure to maintain the international agreement backed by the UN Security Council. All right, Ryabkov warned the U.S. proposals could de facto paralyze the JCPOA or completely wipe it out in the worst case scenario. We are going to explain again and again to our American colleagues the unacceptability, shallowness of the U.S. approach, he noted. Under the JCPOA, Iran undertook to put limitations on its nuclear program in exchange for the removal of nuclear-related sanctions. So basically, it's like if they did what they wanted nuclear-wise, then America would lift its sanctions, which Iran did. All right? Says while the JCPOA is solely about Iran's nuclear program, the Trump administration claims that Tehran is growing regional influences and achievements in the conventional missile program violates the spirit of the nuclear deal. So they're saying like, well, you know, if you look at it this way, we try to stop y'all from getting missiles. You know what I'm saying? No, nigga, you say nuclear missiles, you don't want them with nuclear capability. All right? You don't want them to be able to totally destroy something. You know? Like a ballistic missile and a nuclear missile is two different magnitudes, right? Says there is no direct link between nuclear and ballistic programs of Iran and the text of the agreement, Ryabkov said, arguing that the deal merely calls on Tehran to refrain from developing missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads. The senior Russian official has said before that the international deal is working quite efficiently and requires no amendment in response to Trump's call for signatories to address the flaws in the deal. So they made a deal, and Iran basically loopholed that motherfucker, and they try to backtrack and say, no, you violating the deal, we gonna backtrack. So now Esau is doing what? Or really America, which is Babylon, is doing what? Is they're recanting on their covenant, because at the end, war is in their heart. Now we know Iran is Iran got beef with America, but Iran is trying to defend themselves. America's trying to break them down, just like seizing all the weapons. In America, like they're trying to do that so they can just run in and take over. They're trying to do the same thing to all the countries, man, so they can just run in and take over. Because ultimately they're going for the one world government through the RFID chip. Okay. So, see here, because I earlier I stated a word. Idiomatic is appropriate to the style or art, using, containing, or denoting expressions that are neutral to a native speaker. So it's basically speaking in someone's language. And I wanted to get the other word, which is see here, but I gotta get it. The word fucked me up, so I gotta get the proper definition on it. Damn, I can't find it right now, but it's no big deal. I get it later. But I want to get this scripture, just to add on to it, and just close out from there. And Lord willing, I could find this word before I finish out. You know what I'm saying? It's let's see here. Yeah, can't find it. They ain't gonna worry about that shit, man. So I want to get this scripture to top it off. All right. Psalms 55:20 says, "He that put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteousness to be moved. But thou, O Most High, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. So Esau he speak them smooth words. He make it seem like, oh, you're doing this. He always do that especially with the media and his paperwork. You know what I'm saying? They always say with his covenants, which is his laws and his world deals. You know, and then he always backs out or he breaks them. And the main example is with the Native Americans, man. All right, which is the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, man. Okay, they broken all their deals or broken all their covenants because at the end of the day they want to destroy and have everything for themselves, man. All right, so with that being said, I just wanted to bring that out to show, you know, a world event was going on and how Esau is operating and what it's doing to these other countries. Because not only is it showing that Esau can't keep his word, but also it's showing that this action is stirring up these other countries. All these countries, mainly the European, the English, so to speak, the Germans, the French. Okay, these are Edomite countries, man. Because these are the same people that they're gonna turn against Esau too. You know what I'm saying? At first they was with him, but now America's like putting themselves at variance with all these countries, man. You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures say turn the arrows at her, point at her, and shoot. None of them shall miss. And this is a cause of other countries turning an arrow against Babylon, which is America, according to the Bible. All right, in which we vehemently pray that this place goes down, because it will go down, and the Lord just waiting on us, man. So with that being said, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, double honors to our apostles / elders, which are of GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.